Hey everybody, this is Melina from SWME.com and Me Crafty Scrapper here on YouTube and Instagram and over on Facebook at Me Crafty Scrapper Creates. And I actually got out all of my tinier pieces of scrap out of my scrap bowl because it is full to overflowing, and I needed to get rid of these, and I thought I'm not going to throw them away, of course. So I've decided I'm going to collage some copy paper, just regular copy paper. I'm going to collage all of this onto here with some clear gesso. And if you've never watched me do a collage board or a master board before, truly the easiest thing you will ever do in your entire life, and it is I mean, it's messy, but it's easy, and it's a brain clearer for me. It just is easy, no-brainer, no thinking. You don't have to worry about, you know, what it's going to look like, because you can manipulate it however you want to, and it turns out beautiful every time. Even though it looks like a hot mess while you're doing it, turns out beautiful every time. So I just get these scrap pieces. If I want to tear some of them, I can, but I just place them all down, kind of overlap them a little bit. So maybe I would put that one down like that, and then I would overlap this one a little bit like this, and then I want to put some color up here, so I'll overlap that one about like that. But the whole time I'm putting clear gesso on my copy paper and then over the top of all of my layers until I've got it all put down and it looks like this. And I went over the borders just to make sure that all of the copy paper was covered. And once this dries, I will use my sticky scissors to cut around the border by flipping it over. Cut around the border. While it's wet, I want to do a little bit of splattering, and let's go with a pink. What pink spray do I have here? Let's look. I've got picked raspberry and saltwater taffy. I think I'm going to go with saltwater. And then let's do my pick of all time, tarnished brass, just to get a little bit of gold accent going too. So saltwater taffy. It's like a pale pink, kind of like a peachy pink. I'm going to do that in a few places while the clear gesso is still wet. This is one of the easiest projects to use up that leftover scrapbook paper. But we're not just going to make a master board today. Once this dries and we get some clean edges cut, then we're going to make some postcard journal spots with this collage board. Okay. Tarnished brass comes out a little thick just because I've had this one for a while. Once you get a brand new bottle, it's not going to be thick. Sometimes on the sprays, you need to clean around the neck here so that it gets a good tight seal. That's what's wrong with my tarnished brass at the moment. I need to do that. Just a few more little splatters of this. Big splatter right there, and I'm good with that. And maybe one big one right there. Then, like I said, I'm going to let it dry, or I could use my heat tool, and we have heat tools in the shop. The gesso, the silicone spreaders, sprays, these scissors, all the scissors that I use, all that is in our shop at scrapbookingwithme.com. My veteran subscribers that are always here know that, but I want to always point that out to my new followers too. My mom and I own a shop called scrapbookingwithme.com, and you can get all of the supplies that I use on videos there. And if you see something that is not going to be in our shop, I try my best to mention that and mention where it comes from and leave you a link in the description box below. Now, the postcards that we'll be using, I've got a few here that I've already cut out, and it came from this digital. And it is from Dark Matter Designs on Etsy, Miss Jennifer, and I will link that in the description box below. And then I also have these two sheets of postcards that I'm going to fussy cut those out while this is all drying. And these are from With Love L on Etsy. Okay, and I will link that one in the description box below too. And here it is after all the edges are cut and most of the splattering is dry. I do have a paper towel down to catch the moisture off when I was drying it. And then I'm going to flip this over and you'll see it's still damp looking on the back, so that paper towel is going to catch anything that's still wet on the other side and it won't get on my mat. I won't have to do extra cleanup, you know, yada yada yada. So I have cut out these postcards, these little petite beautiful little postcards, and I'm just going to do them like, you know, willy-nilly, back and forth, back and forth. And then I'm going to glue those down with my Barely Arts glue, like so. I'll just line them up and just give myself just enough room in between each one of them to cut them out. And I will use probably my sticky scissors just because we've still got some adhesive stuff, little yucky yucks going on. So I'm just going to line them up how I want to and then cut these little bad boys out. And let's go with this little beachy scene one right here. I think that's how I'm going to do it. Go ahead and cut those out, or glue them down, then cut them out. Be right back. Alright, so here are all of them cut out of that collage board. I had this little strip left of that master board, collage board, whatever we're going to call it. And these go back in my scrap bowl because I'll use them on a later project. So here are all of the postcards, and we're going to flip them over and see the reveal, see what's on the back side of them. So collaged postcard journal spots. Beautiful. I love those little butterflies on that one. Oh, that one's pretty. I like all the torn everything on that one, and then there and there. And I'm going to ink these. I'm going to go with walnut stain. So I'm going to ink front and back all around the collage. And then if you didn't have enough room on one side or another to write on, you could always put just a little piece of coffee dyed paper or something like that on the collage side to give yourself a little bit more journaling space. There's that one. Ink all of them with this walnut stain. So I've got everything inked. And since that will probably be the side that I journal on, I'm not going to do too much more to that. There is that one, but there's still room to journal above and beyond, above and below that image that's on that one. By making sure that all of them are right side up. And I'm going to put these little stamps, these little faux stamps that came on that one sheet from Dark Matter Designs, those. And I have cut those out and inked around them, and I'm going to put them on this side. I know that on a traditional postcard, there's a little postage place, but just to give this side, this is the decorated side of these. I'm going to give this side just a little bit more something something, and put a little postage stamp in the top corner, like this. Yeah, I like that one there, and that, and that, and that. Yep, I like that. And then I have got a postcard, like a, yeah, that's it. That's one of them that I've got. The little canceled postage. Yep. And I think I'm going to glue those down, and then I'll do a little bit of canceled postage on those. I hope everybody had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Easter little holiday. Some of you got long holidays. We worked on Friday, but of course, post office here in the U.S. was closed on Friday, so we couldn't get any packages out, but we still worked. Not a full day, but we still worked. We had a good time yesterday at church, really great church service, and then lunch here at home, but ate supper at Mom's. We had the big holiday meal, ham and dressing, and for anybody that is not from the South that doesn't know what I'm talking about, dressing, it's not salad dressing, it is like stuffing, but it's cornbread stuffing. We call it dressing here, or we actually call it dressing. Ham and dressing is what we had, and let's see, what else did we have? Corn and baked beans, or as the little girls call it, sweet beans, and yams, and then Alicia brought potato salad, and we had sausage rolls. It was very, very good. Then we had entirely too many dressings. We had entirely too much dressing too. We had entirely too much dessert. Mom made a chocolate cake, the kind of like homemade chocolate cake with the old-fashioned icing on it. And then I made a Nutter Butter peanut butter pie. And what else did we have? Oh, Mother also made fresh strawberry pies. So, I mean, we had entirely too many desserts, but it was good nonetheless. So here I am doing just a little bit of canceled postage on these. Nothing major, just a little smashy smash. But I still want to see what's on my little faux stamp. So, not covering it completely. Oh, I love this little stamp. This is one that it was one of those overseas doolollies that I got somewhere. I'm not even sure what company. There we go. So we've got our canceled postage on the other side. We've got our little faux stamps on the other side. And then this side is open for your little bit of journaling. And you can put these anywhere inside your journals. They can be popped into a tuck, a pocket, anything, anywhere. Inside here, you can clip this on the inside. That would be very cute with that sticking out. And then in just a regular, a general pocket. I don't have, this is my little idea journal, and I don't have a regular standard pocket, but just pop right down into a standard pocket too. Or behind a little tuck like this one. Very cute little addition, little decoration, but also functions as a journaling card. So, quite a few little steps to this, but this is one of the best ways to use up that scrapbook paper. that you've been hoarding, you got little bitty bits of scrapbook paper, go ahead and get you some copy paper out, make a collage board, put it all down with some gesso or Collage Podge or Mod Podge, and then let that dry. Splatter if you want to, give it a little bit of distinction with some die cuts or some stamping, something like that. And then you've got ready-made little journaling cards for your journals. I love this little project. I've said little like 4,000 times in this video, I do believe. Anyway, y'all have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. God bless. And if you make some of these, tag me, Melina Pylant or Me Crafty Scrapper, and that way I can find you and leave you some love. Bye, y'all.